Man, put the fries in the bed, Rory. It's a wrap. It's a wrap, fam. I don't care that you are from Queens. I don't care how many black friends you have. I don't care how many black women you have been intimate with. I don't care what R&B music you make. I don't care about your hip hop opinion because ever since the battle popped off, you and your man's Mr. Raccoon, y'all are team Drake is cool. Listen, I was a huge Drake fan since I was a junior in high school. You got a couple years on me, so you already graduated. I was almost graduated. Been a fan of that man for years. And as time went on, he just started to get stagnant and then start regressing. And it just his behavior outside of the booth is egregious. And it's like, all right, man. I went into the battle last year, Team Drake, like, all right, let's go. I feel personally off of the nostalgia and just as long as I've been a fan of his and how much I love the music. And I've always loved Kendrick's music as well, but I was a bigger Drake fan. Now I'm a bigger Kendrick fan than Drake. Simply just based off of each project he elevates. He has a theme, he has subject matter, and he blends in fun music, fun tracks like a song like Humble on Damn and Loyalty with Rihanna. Like those aren't super deep songs, but he's great at blending in those elements that he feels we need to hear. So I say all that to say, since the battle is ended, you sit next to this nigga who, let's just call it what it is, man. Let's call it a spade a spade. He defends him like that's his boyfriend. Maul defends Aubrey Drake Graham like they kicking it, like kicking it. You feel what I'm saying? It's like what's really good. He defends Drake more than Jay, and Jay co-founded Rockefeller with one of his older brothers, so Biggs. So it's like that makes sense for when they were called the Whole Vengers on Joe's podcast and everything. Like it was, Jay's my favorite MC of all time. And they would get on my damn nerves with the cape. It's like, God damn, like I get it. Y'all love Jay. Cool. Damn, chill. But anyway, so these tweets come out. His happy ass decides to get on the Twitter spaces and try to troll his way out of it, like everybody's been saying. That obviously didn't work. And then this nigga Maul decided to hop in, with his cape on. You know what I'm saying? He just got his nails done and just got a vegan cupcake with sprinkles. You know what I'm saying? You know how you do. Funny nigga. Yeah, he pulled up and tried to save him. That didn't work. I believe Boogeyman, I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. He got at that nigga. I've been itching for somebody to get at Maul the way this dude was barking at him, because it's been needed to happen. You know what I'm saying? It should have happened like yesterday, like last Christmas. So it's like, he's a fuck nigga. He's a clown. And it's like, at least with Damaris, it's like, all right, she said what she said. And then, people went back and found the clips of her saying how she felt. And Julian as well, you know what I'm saying? And Julian, reason why I really don't fuck with them at all no more, it's like, look how they treated Julian. He was the only voice of reason on that podcast left. He didn't waver. He wasn't scared of Maul and Rory and, the stupid shit Maul was mostly say. And Julian admitted, I'm not a Kendrick fan, but he still kept it objective. You know what I'm saying? And that's why he gets my respect in that aspect. So, it's just, I don't understand these dudes, man. Like, I drove 3 hours to Charlotte to meet them a few years ago. I thought they were cool. I really thought they was cool brothers, man. And to see what they become and how they're moving, man, it's like polar opposite. They're very similar to Drake, because Drake started out, he seemed like a cool dude. He was, somebody different. Canada, and he's an actor, he's rapping, he's not rapping tough, and then it was something a little relatable to those of us, African American brothers that aren't from the projects, aren't from the hood, but we're not rich neither. Like, I didn't grow up wealthy. You know what I'm saying? Lower middle class. Um, had a good childhood. I was blessed, but you know, that's where I came from with it as a Drake fan. So it's enough is enough, man. It's like, you got these clowns. You got Aiden Ross running his mouth, running around, rage baiting. You got academics. He always on some dumb shit. It's like I keep saying, Kendrick brought the real. The real is back, and that's really agitating these defectors of good hip hop music. It's like acid on their skin. They hate it. You got designer spitting. It's like you got the Clips that performed at the Vatican. Kendrick racked up 5+ Grammys earlier this year. Alchemist and Freddie Gibbs, there they go again, another nomination. Like, hip hop is not failing. The bullshit mainstream is failing. People are being woken up. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that dumb shit is dead. You niggas that make music sounding the same every 10 tracks, you can't sell out shows, you're canceling tours, you then got the nerve to throw darts at Pusha T and Malice. I drove from Augusta, Georgia to Miami to see the brothers perform. Best concert I've ever been to. They brought my boy Varel out. That's been like my idol since middle school. Bapes, you know what I'm saying? Mr. Me Too days, 06. So, killed it. And you got niggas, just as an example, I ain't got nothing against him, but Lil Baby, he had to cancel shows at one point. It's like, what's really good? What's going on? No, the mainstream hip hop is shaky right now. But the underground and the elder statesmen and people who are just saying, you know what? I'm going to write bars. I'm going to talk about something. I'm going to bring something to the table. Yeah, we can have fun, but it ain't always fun and games. People are really going through shit out here. People want to hear something that resonates, that's real, that's authentic, that's organic, not this artificial shit. People writing your bars for you. You attacking women and female R&B singers and this dumb shit, man. It's like, it is what it is, but I just want to give my 2 cents on that. It's your boy Gio Italiano 92. If you feel what I'm saying, like, comment, subscribe. If not, I don't give a damn. Peace.